coins to them, but I do feel, and I think everybody else feels, that it was long overdue, and I think we should have, I just wish we could have presented it to them while they were still alive.
Yeah.
Rather than their, relatives. So, it was great.
I'm glad you liked it, Jack. Jonathan?
Yeah, yes, it was, way overdue, and I mean, it's a really proud moment for me, to get to hand my cousin, my uncle's medal, and, to see all the families get their medals and the emotion that they had, and it was true emotion and from their heart, and, as we come from a warrior-based society, and what greater honor than to honor our warriors when they come back from battle, and then to honor these, even though it took so long to do it, and it would have been nice to have it done while they were alive. And I think the families really, really appreciated what we did and what had gone on there, and all that was done to bring these medals to them. And I know a lot of them came up and thanked me, and it just really, really humbling. I mean, it's such an honor to be a part of that for all the families.
You went to the cemetery too, didn't you?
Yes, I took my niece, she's my niece, I guess, she's my uncle's granddaughter, to the cemetery to view his grave. She had never been in Oklahoma, and so I got to take her to the cemetery. She said, well, I'm gonna Google it, and I'll find it. I said, well, how are you gonna find the grave? I'll take you to the grave. And she said, oh, great, that's excellent.
Googled it.
And she found the cemetery, but she didn't know where the grave was. So I said, well, I'll take you over there. I go visit his grave every Memorial Day, put flags up out there.
I saw that picture, and I can imagine, because my grandpa, that headstone, the military headstone, is out of deal, and it says, 7th Cavalry on it, and that goes back into the history of our people. And this past year during the Comanche Fair, we flew his flag, that 7th Cavalry flag. I would never ever expect a 7th Cavalry flag flying over the Comanche Nation, but there it was. And Mac, what you?
Well, it was really humbling experience. Proud to have been a part of it. It was good to see all the families come together, and, honor, their ancestors. Actually, were the code talkers, gave so much, did so much for us, for our country as a whole. Really, really enjoyed it. So wonderful the history of our nation. It's a tribe.
Jack, do you have something?
I was just gonna say that it was an honor to give those coins to some of my relatives, the Conowooks, and also the Robert Hatchett family. And they really appreciate it.
We still have some small commemorative coins. We have yet to decide how we're going to distribute. Plus, we have approximately 31 bronze medals that we have yet to determine. And that's, again, it's something, the decision this business committee will look at, and how we're going to make available. Either we haven't even discussed how we're going to do that. Any comments from anybody out in the audience on this co-talker ceremony? Jerry?
Mr. Chairman, I'm Jerry Tossapaw, and behalf of the George Clark World War I co-talker, when we first came, and they invited us to go to Washington, my my brother and I and my mother. My mother is the niece of George Clark. And she is the oldest member of the Clark family. And what to say that the Washington trip, she had never been to Washington DC. And we were very proud that our committee invited us to attend. It was a wonderful ceremony. She went to everything. And my mother's, she has, you know, we had elders there, wheelchairs, you know, that everybody supported everybody. You would see us out there putting wheelchairs, helping people onto the bus. And it was just a wonderful experience to be there in DC, and especially at the Capitol, to see our relatives receiving these civil medals. Chairman Coffey, you know, I know that in your heart, when you receive that gold medal, I can see it in your eye. It was a good day for the Comanche Nation. And on behalf of the Beach Tossaquah, who was POW and also missing action, and now is pursued, killed in Korea. He was an ace pilot, and he didn't make it out of it. He did out of Korea, and I've been reminded that there will be a garden, Beach Tossaquah Garden, and on behalf of the Tossaquah family. Beach was my dad's cousin. They were very close. And I'm thankful to the tribe, Steva, and everyone that was involved in the project for the garden. On behalf of the Tossaquah family, thank you very much. We're honored, we're very honored to have both sides of our family, the Clarks and the Tossaquahs, that show the commitment that the Comanches have as warriors. They went to war, and they were warriors. And I'm honored to be a Comanche every day of my life. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Very good. Yes, sir.
I'd like to echo Jerry. On behalf of the Ferguson, Riza, Wadiwa, and Conwu families, who honored Gilbert Conwood from World War I, we really appreciate last Friday. We thank the United States government, although albeit late, the CDC, and particularly Laney Asa Permit, who helped spearhead this thing. And we just really rejoiced the next day, and we really appreciate it. It was a historical day.
Very good. Yes, sir.
Mr. Chairman, my name is Felipe Herrera, and on behalf of the Chavity Southie family, I just want to thank you, Lane, the CIVA, the Business Committee, and all the Comanche Nation for making this happen. You know, it was, to me, it was a tribal effort. You know, words can't express how happy this made our families. And I just want to say thank you, and we appreciate it, and thank you for looking after our veterans.
I think that through this actions of this ceremony and to the congressional leaders that discussed about the code that was not violated nor broken until the French government recognized the Comanche Code Talkers in 1989, something of that nature in the 80s. After that time, when the families went to their dads and to their husbands, how come you didn't tell us? And they said, we took the oath. It was a code that we took. So it cannot be said and never be said that our Comanche people were not patriotic to this country. And without any blemish, the history of our ancestors was rekindled in these code talkers, because this coming June we're invited to France as a government, and we've been informed that we will receive a gift. I don't know what kind of gift that would be by the French government, but we're asked to be during the D-Day invasion in June. And just the other day, Mr. Tom Carrier sent me something that was Googled. And it showed where families went out to the Normandy beach and drew silhouettes on the sand of the 9,000 people that were killed during this invasion. And even though they started out with like 200 people at the beginning, but eventually they drew close to 500 people to commemorate the landing on Normandy Beach on D-Day. But our Comanche Code Talkers were the first to make that landing. And whenever they got on the beach, well, they laid these lines and they started churning out the messages to the ships for the positions of these artillery and the guns that were killing off all of our servicemen. And it was these code talkers that called attention to the positions of the guns that were shooting off and killing our warriors. So when we go to France, if we make it, we don't know, the good Lord willing, we will have a special reason to show, because we have a flag song, the Comanche flag song. It talks about going across the waters, but yet we brought it home. And that's one of the things that our servicemen will be honored for. And I would like nothing better than to carry a flag and show it to the French government, to the United States people, that our warriors brought this flag home.